Hello guys, welcome to The Corner, where we talk about anime, manga, and everything in between. And today, we are discussing what I will dub The Corner Files. Why do I dub this The Corner Files, you may ask? Well, because strange events keep happening. Extremely strange events. A few days ago, I heard gunshots outside my house. Well, that's not the only thing. I've also heard them outside my house a few times. I've also heard knocking on my walls and stuff like that, which there's a live video of that at some point in time. Well, there was also a horrible dream I had the other night. This dream was terrifying, and I'll explain that in detail in a bit. But we also need to explain the giant explosion sound I just heard and rumbled the house. Quite literally. These strange occurrences seem to continue and strengthen as time moves on. I cannot explain them, or shall I be able to explain them? The only thing I can do is document these strange occurrences. And along with the dream side, that could have just been something I ate horribly and wrong, and it messed with me, so I had a horrible dream. But it doesn't explain why, when I went into my room, I didn't have that horrible dream. Now, you guys are probably like, I want to hear what this horrible dream was about. Well, I'll get to it. This horrible dream was sort of like any of my other dreams, except for a strange way. Because instead of me being part of the dream, I was spectating the dream instead. And it was like me spectating a movie, which was interesting nonetheless. Now, this, what was going on was a woman cuts up, goes downstairs and gets dressed type of situation. Well, gets dressed, goes downstairs, and meets with this guy. Well, apparently she is having an affair with this guy. This guy bids her adieu as she leaves. Well, when she leaves, all of a sudden she gets met up by the neighbor, who is apparently the brother of the neighbor, which is odd within itself. But that wasn't the weirdest part, because this guy came up on a lawnmower and moved closer and said, "Hey, what's up? You ready for another good time?" So I'm guessing these brothers shared the same whore. That's the only way I can describe it. Prostitute, whatever. But all that is to say is that it had ended up happening. Well, for some odd reason, this woman, who apparently must be this guy's babysitter as well, I'm telling you, it was a very strange and weird dream, joined them for lunch. Now, the biggest thing about this part of the dream was that there was something interesting happening along the way. Two of the kids did not show up, both of them boys. One was at the top of the staircase, which kind of looked like a ghostly figure in the first place. And the other one was in a window, which oddly pointed out inwards. It was weird. He was looking through that window and said, "I don't want to join in," and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, he becomes a window sign and teleports up to the stairs where his other brother is, and then they both teleport up. And all of a sudden, the TV turns on, and it starts replaying the beginning portion of the dream once again. Well, this beginning portion of the dream all of a sudden gets stopped by the wife herself, who smashes the screen with a golf club. Odd. Very odd for that. I haven't been able to explain that for a while. But that wasn't the creepy part about it. The part that actually woke me up. And I forced myself to wake up at this point in time. I had to force myself to wake up because it was terrifying. Extremely terrifying. Well, this time, the dream starts over from the very beginning. The woman comes downstairs, meets the guy that she's having an affair with, goes outside and meets the guy on the lawnmower, which this time the guy does not pay that close attention to her. He does not greet her all willy-nilly. She's more angry as all of a sudden fast forwards to the dinner. And as this woman is sitting there at the table, just sitting there at the table, all of a sudden you hear a voice from the background yell out, "The fetus! Save the fetus! Save the fetus! Fetus! Save the fetus!" And this kept going on until the woman gets up, and I end up having to follow this woman because apparently she's the main character in the dream right now. And we end up in the kitchen. She sees as this woman's freaking out, massively freaking out because of the whole situation that ends up happening, and she grabs out this fetus, which wasn't a fetus, which was more like a newborn baby in the oven for some odd reason, with the umbilical cord still attached to her, and she pulls it out on a oven tray, and she pulls the now disfigured looking baby with burn marks all over closer, and realizes that the baby is dead. So she tosses against the wall, jumps on the baby, blows the baby apart, and looks at the main character with anger in her eyes, a demonic look after a certain point, because she transforms into a demon at this point in time. Literally a full-fledged looking demon. And looks away from the woman herself, the main protagonist type of woman, or whoever she is, and looks at me, the spectator, the person that's not even in the dream, and growls in a very demonic voice, very demonic way, and says to me, "This will continue to happen until you wake up." And at this point in time, I'm just freaking out because what the hell's going on? There's a fear reaction in my core being as this is dangerous at this point. As it even jumps towards me, I wake myself up. Just wake myself up. I'm awake now. I'm up. But I want to fall back to sleep. But I'm awake. And I don't want to fall back to sleep. But I'm awake. Scared to death about going back to sleep. This was the first time this has ever happened to me when it comes to dreams like this. I don't normally have terrifying dreams. Normally they are not terrifying at all. They're not normally like this. They don't have me be the spectator of the dream. I'm normally the person, a part of the dream. And this ended up happening. Needless to say, I get up off the couch. I go get myself something to drink, and I sit back on the couch, and next thing I know, I'm back to sleep. Being woken up by my sister later on, being told to go up to my room. That's why you have a room. Go up to your room. And I went up to my room and fell asleep, and actually had a good dream. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what's going on with the dream state, what ended up with that dream. I don't know if it was something I ate, or if something's going on in general. But these events seem to kind of be very interesting events to happen constantly and starting to worsen. I think my biggest question for today is not about the dream itself, because dreams can be easily explained as a subconscious form of telling the body something's wrong or something like that, or just in general going about it. But it's about the big bang I just heard that sounded like an explosion that just happened on where I live. A giant explosion. And I do tend to look up on news sources and stuff like that to see what it could have been, if it's even depicted, because it made the house rumble. Literally rumble. I could feel the vibrations of the explosion. That's how big it was. So guys, I've let you know a little bit about what's been going on today. And in this section of my video, whenever something interesting happens, or I have another bad dream like I had just a bit ago, I'm going to make a file about it on my YouTube channel. And it's going to be called TheCorner Files. So I can document every single strange happenings that end up happening, and hopefully maybe catch some of those strange happenings on video itself. Because it's almost unbelievable what has been going on. Almost like just telling you about it just doesn't seem important enough. Like it's not going to be seen or viewed as something that has actually happened when it actually has happened. It's starting to mess with me, guys. It really is. But, yeah. So I'm going to go walk around the town I live in now and see if I can't see something that could have possibly made that noise. Maybe talk to some people at the store nearby and see if they heard the same noise and felt the same rumble. I'm going to do a little bit of an investigation on this, and I'm going to be back with another video on what is going on. So guys, until the next time, I hope you guys have a great day and a fun one as well.